Joining us now, we've got Overstock CEO Jonathan Johnson. Jonathan, good to have you back on the show with us today. I want to get first and foremost your reaction to the earnings reports that your business was able to produce and what's driving the growth.
Brad, thanks for having me on again. It's great to talk to you. Look, what's driving the growth? We're focused on building an online home furnishings company. We've leaned into home furnishings and furniture in a big way. There's real demand as people continue to expand their living spaces from the four walls of their home to the four corners of their property. In the second quarter, we saw a huge demand for patio furniture, which I think shows that we're focused on delivering sustainable, profitable market share growth as we deliver dream homes for all. And I will tell you, I think we're taking market share from our other online competitors, which is important right now, as there's a real secular shift in consumer behavior going away from brick and mortar in the furniture space to online purchases.
And so with regard to how you are delivering that furniture and those items that are ordered, what are you seeing in terms of the supply chain? Because it's kind of a common talked about topic among consumers now, even that if you order something, just expect it's going to take you longer to get it.
Well, definitely there are supply chain challenges. There have been and continue to be. We have found, particularly with large parcel furniture, that having an accurate delivery estimate is more important than speed to customer. Customers, if they're buying a couch or an area rug or a dining room set, want to know when it's coming. That's more important than it getting there tomorrow or this afternoon. This is not toothpaste and toilet paper. And we've been able to work with our 3,000 plus suppliers, our partners. We have a very distributed network. And so when there are supply chain challenges with one provider, we've been able to move to another. While our in-stock percentages aren't quite where we'd like them to be, we think they've remained higher than most of our competitors because of this distributed nature of our supply chain.
What do you imagine the future of e-commerce will continue to look like on the back half of this year as people are clearly spending? We've seen that in the GDP number that came out this morning, where consumer spending up 11.8% and contributing to that GDP year-over-year growth as well that we saw. And so with that in mind, what are you monitoring in the mindset of the consumer to indicate whether e-commerce will still be the preferred method of purchasing, or they will make their way back into some of the retail experiences that are truly becoming more experiential as customers, brick and mortar start to chart their path towards full reopening as well?
Yeah, there was a big shift from online or from brick and mortar to online over the past 18 months. I think most of that's going to stick. I think once people have an experience purchasing something online and it's a good experience, you don't go back. And 2 decades ago, we couldn't have imagined that people would buy books online, that you wouldn't go to a bookstore. Today, that's the only way you buy books, if you buy books. A decade ago, that happened with clothing. And today, then people were worried about the look, the feel, the size. We've gotten past that. And that's what's happened in the furniture space and will continue to happen. What we're watching are the macroeconomic trends. There's this great reshuffling of the American workforce as people move from cities to suburbs and even exurbs. Housing starts are high. We think that bodes really well for the home furnishings space. So we don't think it's a question of whether demand will be strong, it's where it will be strong. Mm-hmm. And we think that's increasingly online as opposed to brick and mortar.
As you and I have discussed in the past, Overstock being the first major retailer to accept cryptocurrency on its platform as a form of payment, you continue to do so. How many transactions, are you seeing transactions increase or accelerate through cryptocurrency, given that it is one of the methods of payments that is accepted on the platform, and given that we've also seen this rise in interest over the course of 2021, at least, to some of the new record highs for the price of BTC USD and volume that has flowed into cryptocurrency?
Brad, I'm always glad you asked this question. You know, we've been accepting cryptocurrency for 7.5 years now. I get a weekly report that shows our weekly revenue that's paid for with cryptocurrency. That did surge at the beginning of the year. It slowed recently as Bitcoin prices have come down. It still remains a very small percentage of our revenue, far less than 1%. But it's a meaningful piece of revenue in that it's a different kind of customer. It's a little bit different demographic than we usually sell to. And it's interesting to watch as the price of cryptocurrency, particularly Bitcoin, goes up. People are quick to spend it. As it goes down, they're less likely to spend it. And I think they have that hodl mentality that's part of cryptocurrency holders' mentality.
Certainly. You also served as president of former Overstock subsidiary Medici Ventures, which focuses on using blockchain technology. So with regard to cryptocurrency and the underlying blockchain technology and how that plays a role in the future of Overstock and more broadly across the e-commerce landscape, what do you believe will be the tipping point for other major e-commerce players to accept Bitcoin or other currencies as a form of payment?
Great question. I don't know why anyone doesn't accept it. It's almost like saying, well, we won't accept PayPal or we won't accept one credit card or another. Our view is you should make it easy for customers to purchase product from us any way we can. And if cryptocurrency is one of those ways, we're going to do that. Some have concerns about the risk of holding it. It is very easy to turn cryptocurrency into US dollars at the point of sale. For us, we now have an investment policy that we hold all of the Bitcoin that comes into us, and we continue to hold that. Our treasury then manages it, when we spend it, when we sell it. But we think it's given our cash position, we think holding some cryptocurrency is probably a good thing.
Is that a change in policy? I believe before, in years past, when I had asked your leadership, they had said that half of it was converted into fiat currency and then half of it held on.
Brad, you've got a great memory, and that is what I told you last time we talked. That is a change in policy. So we now are able to, under our investment policies, hold up to 100% of the cryptocurrency that comes in as revenue. Then we let our Treasury Department manage it and decide when to sell and when to continue to hold.
Overstock CEO Jonathan Johnson. JJ, thanks for joining us here on the day. We appreciate it, and thanks for breaking down some of the most recent earnings from Overstock for us as well.